like presentation where you will come forward and you will submit. It's like a walkthrough. So in your college, you would have gone through various walkthroughs, right? Your professors will ask you some questions. What have you done? To check. Similarly, the mentors will also take you to a project walkthrough. You'll have to take them through the project, explain the functionality of the project, and they will ask you certain questions just to reiterate and to make sure that you are the owner of the project and nobody else has, of course, you can take help, no problem. But you should be able to explain the functionality. That's all we are expecting. It's all right to go to Google, take some support, understand. But when you implement it in your program, you should understand and then implement it so that you are able to explain what are the functionalities. So it's a very, very important milestone, and I request all of you to participate completely in that project from day one. Do not miss any sessions. Be very, very attentive when you are being explained about these project requirements, and complete it as per the deadline. Come forward for project demos. Explain the program that you have done. So you are through with this, and then we are good to go as far as the front end is concerned. Do we have any learners here who have registered only for the foundation program?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay.
We have 5 learners.
Okay. So let me just check that. Yeah, we do have.
Madhu, Anurag, Sukrit, Pesh.
Anurag Gaur, Dipesh, Miglani, Madhu, Sukrit. Who is the 5th individual?
Dinita, but she's not.
Dinita is not going to be. So there are 4 effectively.
4.
So for all of you, this is for these 4 learners who have enrolled Java Foundation. This is going to be a final project for the program, and your certificate will be processed based on the completion of this foundation. For the other learners for whom you will proceed with the front end, completing the project successfully and having a demo, having a walkthrough is important and mandatory for you to be able to proceed with the front end. So please understand, and I repeat once again, you have to submit the project as per the project specifications, and you have to clear the project demo walkthrough and get a sign off from the mentor. Then only you will be able to continue with the front end module, else you will not be able to continue with the front end module unless and until you complete the project. So I'm giving you a heads up so that you are prepared for it, and you do not come back to me saying that please allow me some more time, I will do the project later. No, it's mandatory. Simple reason being that front end being a very different technology and a new technology for you, you will have to spend a lot of time on understanding the technology, and as the program goes deeper, there will be more and more, it's getting more and more intense, and hence you will not have time to focus on both the technologies. So hence I suggest that all of you complete the project as per the deadline. I will pause here, and if there are any questions, you may ask.
Ma'am, your voice is breaking.
Not clear?
We can hear your voice, but feel like a slight breaking.
I will switch off the video. And let me check. My network is all right. Is there anything that you want me to repeat? Is everything clear in terms of project submission? Sangeeta, was that clear when I spoke? Is there any doubt?
Guys, Wednesday we will be starting with week 7 project. Everyone needs to complete, and you need to meet the expectation of the project and need to present the same.
Before that, the week 5 and week 6 mini projects also have to be submitted by Tuesday. So completion of the Java Foundation necessarily means completing the assignments, completing the mini projects, and completing the Java project. So please work over the weekend for those who have a backlog. Wednesday, when you start, you can focus only on the project. So by Tuesday, if there is any other backlog, please close that. The mentors will be available to you. Tomorrow also, Sangeeta, if anybody needs support, please see one of you can be made available. either you or Hasib or Saurabh, if anybody is available, they can connect over some Zoom call with them. In case somebody needs support even tomorrow, we are ready to provide support. But please make sure that by Tuesday, you complete everything of Core 6 so that you are all ready for final project. Okay, you can ask questions. Anybody has any doubts? Siddharth? Yeah.
Ma'am, if the project will be released on the Wednesday, till when we have to complete it, like on the count days, like
5 days you get.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Next
Saturday,
week,
Sunday.
Saturday, Sunday will not be included, but you can use it. You get a benefit that you can use that time. Next week, Wednesday will be your project presentation.
Okay,
Next
ma'am.
week, Tuesday. Sorry, next week, Tuesday. So the benefit all of you get, typically, you know, when we start course, we start it on a Monday and we end it on a Friday. In your case, you have a benefit. There is a weekend which comes in between, so you actually get 2 additional days, right? So that's the benefit.
Yes, yes.
So I reiterate, Wednesday, that is going to be your 15th of June, we start, and 21st of June is the end date of the project. Right, Sangeeta?
Correct.
Yeah. And in between also, whatever work you're doing, we'll keep checking to see whether you're going on the right path, whether you are using the functionality. So obviously, in between also, that will be your work in progress. Okay, thanks, Siddharth. Any other question? Any more clarity required?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Thank you. Anybody else? Any other questions from anybody else? Okay,
No,
I
no,
don't
ma'am.
see. Okay, I
Thank
hope
you.
everything is clear. All the best, guys. Reaching a very, very
Hello.
important
Thank you, ma'am.
milestone, and all the best. I will come and meet you after the project gets completed. If I get time for some of the presentations, I will surely come. But that all depends upon my schedule. But definitely, I will meet all of you on Tuesday. Okay. Sangeeta, thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks you for giving me this time to come and speak to them. Hasib, Saurabh.
Yeah, thank you, Adit. Thank you for your time.
All the best, guys.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you,
You
ma'am.
have a very good project presentation. This plays a very important role in your placement journey, because please understand, the interviewers, from my experience, I can say they will ask you a lot of questions on what is the project that you did. I've attended many interviews and I've seen them going back and asking, can you please explain what is the project that you did? What are the functionalities that you did? Did you incorporate so and so feature? So, you know, it's better that, and Sangeeta will give you all the inputs. What are the favorite questions of the interviewers? What are the topics that they will typically ask you in your project? So try and incorporate all that in your project and be ready, because this is your first step towards your placement as well. Okay, bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye,
ma'am.
Bye,
Bye,
ma'am.
Adit.
Bye, ma'am.
Yeah. I heard from this placement team that in an interview, if they have started the very first question as explained your project, you can give an example like these 2 mini project and 2 capstone project. One is core Java capstone project, the other one is with both front end and back end project. So if you had a detailed explanation of your project, they are reducing their other technical questions as much. They will be much impressed when you are giving the project explanation in the way. Okay. Quickly continue. Shall I continue with the demo? I think we need to go for an insert for customer table.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
so this is what my plan, guys. For sure, I can complete all the 4 query in the morning, and I'll give you a practice time around 3 or before 4. I can roll out the mini project of core 6. So by using front end and back end, you need to do a mini project. So you can utilize this Saturday. You can slowly start, and I'll give you time on Monday also. Those who have completed, you can give your presentation on Monday afternoon. For rest, I'm giving you the time on Tuesday. So Tuesday, you need to submit the mini project of core 6, which is connecting your front end and back end. And 15th, I will be rolling out the capstone project of Core Java. And we will be doing the project starting from all the documentation part diagrams, followed with all the requirement. I'll not say now, I'll be telling everything on 15th. It will be a major change. So don't think that it will be similar to your mini project. Mini project, we concentrate only on this task, but this is totally different. And 22nd is your project date. Immediately on next day or Wednesday, we will start with the front-end module, starting from HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, followed with Angular, followed with your backend. This is what the plan. Anytime, if you have any question on your schedule, you can open
Ma'am,
to
project
ask.
will be presented on Wednesday or on Tuesday, 21st or 22nd?
Wednesday, I'll give, depends. So I assume like we are some 36 in numbers. Or everyone, if you feel like you have completed your project on Tuesday itself. In such case, I'll invite 1 or 2 mentors on the same date. You can present it.
Okay, ma'am.
But the actual date I will give you on Wednesday. But we have enough days. So because
22nd will be the deadline.
22nd you need to finish it, and Thursday we can start with the next module. Those who are successfully completing and meeting the objective of Core Java will be moving to HTML module.
And ma'am, when you release the capstone project?
When I'll release?
Capstone project, when you release?
Wednesday, coming Wednesday.
Okay.
15th. See, we are in course 6, JDBC. We have one mini project for this. That I want you to do on 11th, tomorrow, Sunday, Monday and Tuesday. So 15th, I'll be releasing the capstone project of Core Java.
And firstly, we complete a mini project, and you will be
Correct. Whereas if you take your capstone project, it is a combination of everything from course 1 to course 6. And collections, OOPS concept, collection, files, MySQL connecting, everything together will be there in your project.
And ma'am, what is that professional skills?
Professional skills is placement team will connect with you. They will groom you in certain grooming sessions.
Okay.
So as on date, we have not started because it will start only in later part. You will be having lots of meetings, grooming sessions in another month. So this week there is a schedule on PS. I'll try to arrange. If not, also in future you will have lots of PS professional skills session, placement grooming session.
And what was enrolled only for foundation regarding program PS?
No, PS will not be applicable for you.
Okay.
Okay, let's continue with our connectivity. I have created a project. So when you created a template, you will end up with the proper packages and the main method class. June 10th, JDBC demo. Step number 1. Guys, listen. After creating a project, whenever if you are in a project, this project needs to connect with MySQL. So you will be writing a code under JDBC. Apart from that, you need a driver software. If you are in Eclipse, if you are in NetBeans, if you are in Intelij, there is a minute change in the place where you need to add a jar file. Listen. So mostly you are using Intelij. So if you are using Intelij, the place where you need to add your jar is, please make a note of this step. Go to File menu, Project Structure. This option alone will differ with each IDE. So go to Modules. I'll repeat again. After creating a project, whichever the project you want to establish a JDBC connection, create a project, Go to file, project structure. Go to modules. Under dependency, you will find this add option. Click. Guys, listen, go to project structure under modules. You will find sources, path, and dependency. Under dependency, you will find this add button. Add a jar. What jar? You browse and fix your this MySQL jar. You can have it in anywhere. If you download and you can have it in desktop, or you can have it in any folder, it's fine. Even I have downloaded and it is there. You can use that, or else you remember under program files, under MySQL software, you have connector jar. Under that, you have MySQL connector jar. Select that and give OK. I'll take a snap and I'll share to you. Project structure, modules, under dependency, add a jar. And don't forget to check this checkbox after adding. You can choose from anywhere, desktop, B drive, anywhere. So check, apply, and OK. Any confusion with this? So that it will add addition, it will add under your external library. File, project structure, under modules, dependency, add, check this, apply, and OK. This is a step to add a driver in your Intelij. It may varies with Eclipse, it may vary with your NetBeans. So that's all. Shall I continue with the code?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So step number 1, import java.sql package. Ensure that you are enclosing your code under try catch. Exception is mandatory. So we have 5 lines, 5 different steps to do MySQL code. So step number 1, establishing a connection. So in order to establish a connection, you need to use connection package of SQL Server. Listen, don't need to write anything. Listen, I'll share everything. So connection object name. Connection is an interface. You cannot create object directly. You will create an object via its method. So driver manager dot get connection. So get connection will take 3 parameters. Can you see the options? The first parameter is URL, and the second parameter is username, and the third parameter is password. All are string data type. So you need to pass 3 parameters: URL, username, and password. Red heart. Nice red heart. So it consists of 3 parameters. The first parameter is URL, and the second parameter is username, and the third parameter is password. One second. Sure with the URL. And don't forget the syntax. This is a URL. Every database package, it's having its own way of connecting. URL might slightly differs. For MySQL, you should provide the first parameter as URL. The syntax is JDBC : MySQL : /localhost, and this is a port number. Instead of localhost, if you want to connect with the server, you should give server ID, server IP address or server name, and followed with my database. The database which I'm using is Wave 26. And the second parameter is username. Always it will take root as a username, and password, what password you have provided at the time of installation. This is an authentication mechanism to connect with your MySQL server. In my machine, I gave password as password. This may differs from machine to machine. So this
Where do
line
we
is.
get that URL? Where do we get that URL?
URL, you register it. How you are remembering all the coding? Likewise, you register this.
That is common for all.
It's a small line. No, you remember it. If it is Oracle, it may differs. If it is SQL Server, it get differs. You remember this. This is a use syntax. So establish a connection. Connection will be established with URL. URL is with server, with database, and its username and password. And your query. Listen, string query is equal to, you can give any variable. We are in Java, don't forget it. We have to use the proper Java syntax. Insert into customer. I'm giving a query, but the query will be in the form of a string. Insert into customer values. Customer ID, name, mobile number, product purchased. So customer ID. Customer ID 5 and customer name. Name should be enclosed within single quotes. You need to follow the syntax. So in backend, we used this syntax. Insert into customer values, customer ID. In always query, single quote is used to represent collection of characters. Numbers, that quotes is not required. So let me insert the 5th record. And I'm giving the name as Dipesh and mobile number. 10-digit and the product code. Let's assume 401. It is a query, but query has been provided in a Java string. My Java understands only Java has Harshit.
Ma'am, do we need to add a backslash before single inverted comma?
No, not required. Everything is inside single quotes, and it will. No, it's not required. Question is valid, but if you put double quotes, then it is required. We are using only single quotes.
Okay, ma'am.
Java will understand only Java syntax. So in order to convert Java to SQL query, we will use statement interface. So statement object name equal to connection object. What is connection object? CON dot create statement of. I want to convert my Java to SQL. In order to convert, we have a statement interface. And the last line is execution. How in my MySQL, I will select the query and I am executing it. Likewise, in order to execute your front end Java statement interface, we will use statement interface dot. We have 3 methods. Listen carefully. We have execute query, execute, and execute update method. We have 3 methods. For a select statement, we will use execute query. Today we used insert. As of now, I'm using insert. For insert, you need to use execute update. For update, insert, delete. For all the DML operation, we need to use execute update. What I need to execute? I need to execute my query. And it returns how many number of rows it has been inserted. That's all. Inserted successfully. I know I gave a static value. Let us give runtime value also, but in the next example. Error. It's mandatory to view the error. This line is also important because all falls under runtime exception. Compile time, everything is correct. But assume like wave 27. I have not created a database wave 27. This will not resultant as compile time error. This will be resultant as runtime error. So exception handling is mandatory. So that's all. I'm done with the code. I gave only static value. Runtime value I will give in my next program. So run my main method. Can you see it is an exception?
You have
Mobile
not.
number, did I give 11 digit?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. So that is a reason we need exception handling. Read the error. You will get that's all. You will get the relevant message from the error. Out of range for mobile number column. I gave 11 digit. I have reserved only 10 digit memory. Can you see the output? Inserted successfully. Where can I see the output?
Ma'am,
In the table.
database.
Yes.
SQL table.
So now when I execute this query, already I have 4 rows. So now what will happen? The 5th row has been inserted. Whatever the data I provided, 5, the page, this mobile number, and this has been taken from front-end Java. Data will be stored in database permanently. The output you need to check in your database. So 5, the page, this mobile number and everything I provided it, what is that? Static value, compile time value. It is not advisable to provide this at compile time. In order to get runtime value, we will use what?
Scanner.
Ma'am, we have, I think, one more package recently added to MySQL, Java X.
That is extended package. Either you can use SQL or X, Java X. You find the difference between both. See, instead of the static value, let me give a runtime value. For that, I'm using scanner. Always make your application as user friendly. So I am entering customer ID. Listen carefully. Customer ID, I am capturing it with integer. Likewise, I want to capture four details. Listen, customer ID, customer name, customer mobile number, and the last one is product ID. So this is product ID. Don't go for integer, go for long. Because integer will not take that range of mobile. Mobile, go for long. I'm assuming like these are all familiar to you. String name. If you are getting a name with space, go for next line. If you are using next line, if you have a next line in your application, ensure that after every input, you should handle next line effectively. Am I making it sense? Then
Yes,
you
ma'am.
have a next
Yes,
line,
ma'am.
it must be taken to bring the cursor to the next line. So additionally, this is required for all other input. Listen, I captured all the runtime value and I'm storing it in a variable, CID, name, mobile, PID. It can be different spelling because it is Java. It is my own variable. So insert into customer values. I should not specify 5. Instead, I want to replace CID. Can I replace CID directly? Can I replace name? Can I replace mobile and PID directly in a string?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No.
No, ma'am.
What we need to do? In order to append anything on my string, what functionality I want to use? It is just a string. In string, if I want to add a variable, what we need to do?
Concatenation.
Very good. Concatenation, a basic functionality of string. This is just a string. In this string, I want to concatenate ID. That's all. This is my string. In this string, I want to concatenate ID. If I want to close, I can close and I can give semicolon. But further, I want to continue. So again, use concatenation double quotes. You should have comma and name alone. It should enclosed within single quotes. So that single quotes, double quotes, plus I want to concatenate name. Further to the name, I want to concatenate my mobile number. Further to the mobile number, I want to concatenate my PID. Further to the PID, I want to concatenate this close parenthesis. I know this is confusing part. Listen carefully.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah, I'm explaining again.
No, ma'am. Actually, I need to leave the session. One of my relative has expired, so.
Okay, Harshit, take care. Bye.
Okay, ma'am.
String name is equal to Abdul. System dot out dot line welcome name. Before getting into the explanation of that line, what would be the output of these 3 lines?
Welcome, Abdul.
Welcome, Abdul. Without space.
So welcome Abdul, hello. So I don't want output. I want all of you to take the concatenation part with these 2 lines. Welcome is just a string. With this string, I want to concatenate a variable name. What I'm using here?
Concatenate
Double quotes plus. What is this double quotes indicates? Closing your quotes. And then you concatenate with name. Let it be. Further to that, if I want to concatenate something, again you use plus and double quotes. Same thing I have applied here. This is just a string. My string is opening here. If I want to concatenate, close the string and concatenate. Further to that, if I want to concatenate this comma and single quotes, do it. If you have understood this double quotes plus double quotes, you should understand this double quotes and this double quotes plus. Only thing is additionally, for name alone, I'm using single quotes because it's an alphabet. Collection of characters should enclosed within single quotes in MySQL. And remaining this double quotes plus and plus double quotes is just for a concatenation. I want to concatenate this comma, this close properly with my insert query. That's all. We can overcome this by a prepared statement. I'll be discussing in the afternoon, not now. I'll execute. This time, ask us for runtime 6. I'm giving the name as Abdul Can I give space? I can give space because I handled the next line. Enter customer mobile number. Ensure that it is 10 digit. And product ID 101. Six, Abdul details. 7, let me insert. 10 digit and product ID. Inserted successfully. 8, Vivek Kumar. Mobile number and the product ID is 401. Runtime values are inserted. You check the output in your MySQL. Already I have 5 records. What will happen if I execute? All the records. So all the 3 records, additional records, what I have inserted has been stored.
If I input the same record once again, then what happens?
If you have a primary key, it will throw an error. Do I created this table with primary key? Right. I'll show you. What did you said? What will happen? Yes, I have created with primary key. What we have 1 to 8, right? Guys,
Yes,
listen. So let me insert 2 again. Read the error. It's not a compile time error, it's a runtime error. That is why mandatory you need to handle. Duplicate entry 2 for primary key. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Not only this, for any of the problem, exception handling is now. I want all of you to try the code with this. This is for insert. If you want to try the same for delete, what you will do? Delete from customer. What will happen if I execute this program, delete from customer? If I execute a Java program with this query, my entire table record will be deleted. So please add var class. So this is your delete query. I want everyone to try insert and delete query right now. For your own table, don't try for customer. You use whatever the table you want. And when you are using delete query or update query, this column name needs to be properly mapped. If it is CID, left hand side should be CID. Right hand side can be anything. It might be your scanner input, but left hand side it should be your column ID. Don't do it for a customer, you do it for any table. If you want to do it for department, faculty, product 1, 2, registration, any table of your database, I want you all to try insert and delete. Will you try? I'll give you 1 hour time alone.
Ma'am, can you please show again the dependency, the past
Steps?
Yes, ma'am.
Open your Intelij, open a new project first. In which project you want to try this MySQL? So go to File, Project Structure, Modules, under Dependency, add a jar file, select your jar file and give apply. Okay, it looks like complex, but when you do it, it is the simplest thing. Wait, let me check any of it. I want you try update also. Okay, give me 5 minutes. See here, I'll complete any more theory in the form of diagrammatic. All of you agree with the steps? What did the first step we tried? Load the driver. Driver add, connect to a database. The second step happens with the help of connecting code. So line number 17 is your connecting. And line number 19 is your executing, creating and executing statement. 19 and 20. Create a statement, execute it. And handle SQL exception. Take a snap, same step we have tried. That's what I'm telling. I want you to try. See, when you are trying, one single statement is reserved for one query. If you created a main for insert, you should create another function or another class to try delete, or you need to use switch case. So I want all of you to create two classes. One class with one main method is for insert, the other one is for delete. Do it for your own table, your own database, and let me know if you are facing error. If it is fine, okay, you proceed with update. I will not give update query. You try by yourself. I'm sharing my code. Will it be fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. This further to advanced concept. Before that, you settle down with this.
Ma'am, my SQL workbench does not have a password, so how will I